I am starving. So I just gave a test. And my students had, mixed results. Some passed, some didn't pass, right? And there's one woman in the class who is already at the level that I was testing, so she's not going to get any gain, okay, if she passes or fails. And she failed, okay? So I tried to explain to her why she failed. Basically telling her that I was expecting more from her than from the other students because she's already at that level. But I was at least expecting that level. And she didn't give it to me. So what am I supposed to do? This is why I don't like teaching, because I have to test. If I could just sit here all day long teaching English without having to test, that'd be fine. But no, that's not the way it goes. Damn, still not through these less than good tomatoes.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh man, it's cold
Mhm.
here. Now it got colder when I walked in. It was 18, now it's 17.
It's weird. It's weird. My room is so warm,
Yeah.
and not this room.
I don't know.
It's just a smaller room.
Yeah,
It should therefore be warmer, right?
I know. I guess because it's empty.
I don't know.
Oh. My throat hurts from
Oh.
speaking, not like from talking. 'cause
I'm going,
no,
stay away.
No, I wouldn't be here. No, like when I came this morning, I guess I was really quiet this weekend or something, I don't know. And then I had a lot to explain to the 1-2s, and then I have to speak loudly, and then
Right.
I just I feel it right.
Uh-huh.
Oh my goodness. The other day, like not never, very rarely yell at my kids.
Mhm.
It's just the way I am. But then my daughter, she made me so mad. Something happened.
Oh dear.
I said I rarely yell at my kids, but and then she did something, and I just yelled like it was like. I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't gradual at all. It was just like
Oh,
really
no.
loud.
Oh, you
And
snapped.
I felt
You
my
snapped.
throat.
Yeah, you snapped.
Yeah, I snapped, but I yelled. It was like really loud, and she was in shock too. She was looking at me, and I felt it in my throat. Like I can't remember using.
That's
that.
probably where the damage happened, yeah.
Because I don't know. She was.
Sometimes
freaking out
it
about
happens,
something,
yeah.
And it was like, ah! And it was like I felt something snap in my throat.
Happens to all of us.
Oh, level 1, 2 today. Like questions, what, where, how. Okay. I'm like, okay.
Oh, good
The
luck.
question is where. They're like, where is for place? Okay. Give me an example. Hassan, where are you, Guelph? Oh my gosh, and then I have to explain.
Oh, Hassan, he tries.
He tries so hard, but reading is so hard for him.
He's not he wasn't great at school.
Mm.
He's not an unpleasant man. He's very lovely,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, but something's not clicking.
Well, maybe he just didn't go to school in his country or something.
Yeah, probably
He
not.
doesn't quite get
Doesn't have
the whole-
education.
Like, he's trying his best, and you can tell he's trying.
Yeah, he's participating in everything, but reading, it's so hard when they skip that literacy level.
Yeah,
Because you can't sit down and learn them how to, like, pronounce every word and all that stuff. I'm doing that with my daughter right now. Oh my gosh, it's so much work. But doing it with each student over here is not possible. That's why they have to do it in literacy level, right?
yeah.
I see my daughter doing it with my grandson.
Mhm.
She's a teacher, right?
Mhm.
So she's got this little 4-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old, and you can see her teaching him, you know, even though that's not her level. She is, everything she does.
I have like these sight words and like a graduated reading thing that I did with Lily when
Yep.
she was still
Yep.
learning to read. I'll just bring them for you. Lily doesn't need them, and she doesn't want them. She never liked them. It was always torture. And I was like, read it.
Yeah. I bought these
But I
in the
can
dollar
bring them for
store.
you.
They're these like flashcards with sight words, so we practice that.
Mhm.
And my mom found these really good Peppa Pig books.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh,
they
really
have,
like Peppa Pig.
yeah, and they have all the sight words that you read them
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
end, and they're really good. But I still see that she's kind of like, she sees the picture and she's like, no. I'm like, no, that's not what it says. You know, she kind of makes up the
I'll
story.
bring you
Memorize
that-
them,
that
yeah.
learning to read stuff from Lily. I don't need it anymore, so if you want to try it with her, you can.
Sure. You don't need it.
No.
But yesterday, for the first time, I saw sight reading in action. My grandson, she asked him to, he's got beginner books, right? So he's reading, she says, sound it out. So he was sounding words out. I've never seen it before in action, right?
Yeah, that's what I do with my daughter too. She's like, I'm like, okay, what's that letter? How do
Yeah.
you sound it?
Yeah.
And then she gets it.
And he did,
Mhm.
wow,
It's
it's
funny, yeah, I love it.
unbelievable.
You feel like you're accomplishing
Yes,
something.
yes.
That's why I like the lower levels, like, because you see you're accomplishing
I guess,
something.
yeah.
They learn a word, you know, and they
Yeah.
use it, and it's like, ooh,
Yeah.
okay. With the higher levels, 5, 6, you don't really see.
No.
Yeah,
as much,
3,
right?
4 is okay, because you still
Yeah,
see that,
you
yes,
still see
yeah,
that,
yeah,
like you-
yeah.
How many kids do you have? I never asked you that.
Children or students?
No, your kids.
Oh,
your
I have
children.
two. I have two,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Girl, boy, girl.
One of each, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, when is Arlo's birthday? Is this week?
It's today,
Oh,
it's today. That's his party was yesterday and his birthday's today.
because I'm on the 29th. I was like, oh my god,
Oh,
maybe me and
okay.
Arlo, we share birthday.
No,
No,
no.
we're both Scorpio.
Yes.
That's about it.
Oh, is that right? Okay. It's bad, I made him work on his birthday, on his party, but you know, I'm sorry, Earl. He said, what
What'd you make him do?
I made him try to fix my soap dispenser.
That's not actual work.
Well, you
You
know,
weren't
he-
like, hey Arlo, go dig up the backyard
No.
and plant something.
He installed the kitchen, right? So he and my son-in-law installed my kitchen. So they know how it works, and I don't, right? So I had to see if he could fix this, and if he couldn't, then he said, "Well, Mom, you're gonna have to go buy a new one." So
That's normal stuff.
yeah, yeah, that's what your son does when he
When I
comes
visit
over.
my parents, where like my brother and I often have to do weird shit, my mom will be like, you see that thing up there, Bloody? Get on that ladder. It's kind of crooked, and you get that for me.
That's what I do.
Have had it there. And my brother has to climb a rickety ladder and try to fix some problem. But he's the youngest, so he gets the crap jobs.
Yep.
And the tallest. So he also gets the dangerous
It's the
crap
dangerous
jobs.
ones, yeah.
But that's not that bad.
Well, my son once said something about, how are you going to do all this, Mom, if you don't try it yourself, right? So I at least try myself. Yeah.
My dad would be like, that's why I had children.
Okay, I'll have to remember that. That's why I.
Because we'd always complain about shoveling the driveway, and I was like, that's why I had kids. So we're like, can't we be like normal Canadians and have a snowblower? And I was like, no, use a snowblower. Get started. So now it's just like, that's why I had you. Try that. Oh my God.
Okay, I will.
I wish I had a spoon, but I do not.
And there are no spoons here. There's no cutlery. There's no dish soap. There's nothing in this kitchen. Nothing. No, I've got a banquette which he put in, I guess it was last year, and the stain has pandemic happened and the stain didn't come in and didn't come in and didn't come in. So we've been waiting for the stain for ages. And so all summer I've been waiting for the stain because he could have done it this summer at some point, but you know, he never heard. And then I said something yesterday. I said, so, you know, should I go over to these people and say, what's with my stain? Because you haven't, you know. So my son immediately texted them or emailed them, and they came back with an email today saying, oh, it's been here all along. I'm so sad. We're so sorry nobody called you. Someone was supposed to call you. So he said today, he said, Mom, could you get over there at some point and then pick it up?
So Arlo and Mimi?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
They don't live with you anymore, right?
I do not know.
Where do they live? Did they move back
In
to
Kitchener. They bought a house in Kitchener.
Oh, where do they live?
It's not far from here. Where are we? Okay, Ottawa,
Hello, I'm trying
that
to
way.
reach Dr. Paladin.
We're off Ottawa, right? Yeah, so Ottawa's there. Ottawa's there. It's that way.
That's by Sheridan Nurseries, Mount Trashmore.
No idea. I just know I turn on Ottawa left and I go a few blocks.
Okay.
It's a horrible place. It's a part of a unit, right? So it's a condo, it's a,
Oh, so it's something new, it's not?
no, it's old, yeah. It's right off the highway. You can, you know, there's a wall and then there's the highway. It's one of these row houses, something like that. You have to walk through a hallway to get there to their house.
Sort of like it's so hard to buy a home now, like this
Yeah.
is sort of like,
Yeah, that's what they could do. They could
although
do that,
like
yeah.
honestly, the way prices are, Brian and I were like, so this will be the house we die in. This is our house. We're gonna make it the best house we can.
Yes. No, this is
We're not gonna get another house.
this is not the house that they're going to die in. They're going to sell this house. They're
Yeah.
flipping this at some point. Yeah, they're going to make it better. They're making it better now, and then they're going to sell.
Huh.
Hopefully, when it's a good time to buy. I don't know if it will be.
Who knows when it'll be a good time to buy?
Yeah, who knows?
Like everyone's kind of been waiting for it, right? But it's been years now.
Yeah, nothing's gone down,
It just gets worse.
which is good for if you have something and you want to sell it.
But still, you
You've
can't
gotta
buy
buy
anything
it.
new,
Yeah, I
'cause
know.
then anything new is
I
gonna
know.
cost you $1 million.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I would say that the only hope that probably they have is that my daughter owns my parents' house now, right? So that was, you know, she bought it from us at a good price, right? When my parents died. So that, my parents' house is there. So I'm thinking that at some point, if they want to live in Cambridge, they will perhaps buy that, again, at a good price.
So now does your daughter rent it out? or-
Yeah, she does, yeah.
Okay.
She fortunately found a very good renter and has had the same renter ever since, which it would have been really sad if something bad had happened to that house, so. So I presume there's still the same people living there.
Okay.